Okay. All right. Fix this a little bit. Hey guys, welcome. Almost Christmas, so I get to wear all of my Christmas shirts. Hey Vance. Hey, welcome. Welcome to this week's live. And it is Cowboy Country here in Vegas. Hey Arnold. Good morning. Or afternoon here, but morning still for you guys. Hey Lynn, welcome. Thanks for joining. Lots to talk about. Some really big winners here. There's so much going on right now. We're going to do a quick, hey Greg, welcome. We're going to do a quick F1 update, but not going to, that thing's been beat to death, but we were just down there. Hey Gail. Miss Cowboy time. Yeah, no, it's on right now, and there's every day there's Cowboy stuff going on. So we'll talk about some of that NFR stuff, the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. That's hey Vance, welcome. That's taking over Vegas right now, and every year, and it's a really fun time in Vegas because it's just great family friendly stuff. Hey, Tiffany, welcome. Hey, Lisa. It's just really fun. There's so much family-friendly events out here during this time. There's free stuff like down at the core arena down there by the plaza, which is free and open to the public to go watch the rodeo. They've got everything. They've got mutton busting, so you've got the kids out there doing their thing. You've got the roping. You've got barrel racing. You've got so much stuff all throughout the valley. And then there's the big party or the big celebration Cowboy Christmas thing going on at the convention center. So we'll get into all of that stuff. But first, welcome. We are Ninth Island Connection. I'm your host, Sebastian. And check out the description below so that you can see how you can watch our television show wherever you are. We're really excited about that. We're actually going into our 5th season of Ninth Island Connection and have renewed all of our agreements with ABC, CBS, the CW, across all of the markets that we're in. We've renewed everything for 2024. So that's really exciting that so many people love the television show and are tuning in every week to watch our show. So let's get into this week's live. Let's start with the weather. So it's been surprisingly a little bit warmer, and I guess based on the average temperatures for December, we're above average right now. But this whole year has kind of been just up and down from the unusually long winter, January, February, March. Earlier this year, spring, just like we never had a spring. It was just like cold, and then next thing you know, it was hot. So there wasn't really a spring season, and I think right now it's kind of fall, and it's not officially winter, of course, but it's been a warmer December. Today it's supposed to be like high 60s here and sunny, so absolutely beautiful. This weekend is going to be about the same, so you're going to have high 50s to mid 60s. Going to the rodeo events. We're probably going to be going down to the plaza. They have several days of rodeo events, and we did go last year, and it's so much fun down there this time of year. So it's going to be really busy. And like I said, with the weather the way that it is right now, it's not as cold in the evenings. It's going to make it that much better. So it's actually this next few days through at least Monday is going to be perfect to be outside, to go hiking, just to explore different parts of town that you may not typically go to, like Fremont Street area, for example. And I mean like East Fremont up into the Arts District. And I know I talk about this all the time, but it's such a walkable little part of town sandwiched between the Strip and Fremont. down there. There's there's antique shops, there's restaurants, there's free live music. That's right, free, really good live music in some of the restaurants down there. So the food is awesome. The people are nice and welcoming. And like I said, the weather is perfect to be outside and kind of bar hop through that area. That's really, aside from the strip, it's really the only point. And Fremont, of course, but that, the strip is focused on casinos and gaming. Fremont Street, again, is casinos and drinking and gaming. Where the Arts District area, you have a nice break from that, but you're still really close. You're like a mile from the strip, and you're under a mile from Fremont Street area. So it's a nice little break from all of that madness. And oh, thank you, Greg. Yes, no, we're super stoked to be going into season 5 and to be growing our show. So we're working on getting on ABC and NBC in Northern California on broadcast. We're also working on some Midwest stations, so like Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Minnesota. So I'm working on some of those markets right now to try to get on broadcast television in those markets as well for the TV show. So thank you so much. So it's just really nice to get outside and just enjoy. If you have a car, take a drive out to Red Rock and just kind of check it out. There's 7 Magic Mountains, which is a really cool feature. Just some nice stuff to do around town. So let's get into the news. And this is not in any particular order. This is just like news, different announcements and updates as far as what's going on in Vegas right now, not directly tied to gambling necessarily or the casinos and tourist corridor, but just some stuff that's going on in Vegas. So Sand Dollar Lounge down at the Plaza, which the Plaza is the heart of cowboy country this time of year if you're in the downtown area. Also Golden Nugget, although Golden Nugget doesn't have an arena, they've got lots of country music acts. They're going to have NFR champions signing autographs there this weekend. So take a look at Golden Nuggets, their social media. If you look them up in like on their Instagram, they have like a small schedule of events of things that are going on there related to NFR. So you've got some chefs from well-known restaurants here in Vegas that are going to be hitting up the Sand Dollar over inside the Plaza. And this time of year they do a big Christmas thing down there. They have Christmas themed drinks, and it's just like Christmas just exploded inside the Sand Dollar with all the decorations and everything happening there. So check them out. That's going to be out through the entire month. They actually started on Monday, the 4th, December 4th. They started with this. So that's going to be all month. And all proceeds from this pizza and the different things that they're doing there all go to local charities and stay right here in Nevada, which is just a great thing that they do. So selfless of them because they don't have to, right? They choose to give back to the community. And I'm always one to support those types of businesses, So one thing so let's talk about tourism here in Vegas. October was actually the busiest month ever here in Vegas. The busiest month ever, not the busiest October, not year over year. Obviously, year over year, we beat 2022, but this is the busiest month ever since they've been tracking visitor statistics coming into Vegas. Over 5.5 million travelers went through the airport. And that's really the only way they can measure that. Because with hotel occupancy, you don't really know if people are local here, or people are visiting here. They don't track that. The only real tracking you can do is arrivals in the airport, because 100% that those travelers are coming from out of state to and from different states throughout the world. So I would say it's probably higher than 5.5 million travelers coming through Vegas, because you don't capture the drive-in traffic. When you check into a hotel, they're not really asking you your home address or where you're coming from, just the billing address for your credit card, but that could be anywhere. That doesn't necessarily mean you live in that area. So that's huge, and that got me thinking about the the strikes that were going on, the various unions that were looking for fair compensation to meet all of the revenue that the state and Las Vegas has been bringing in, making record numbers. So that's good to see, because one thing that definitely guarantees is jobs and growth for the future. So that's great to see that there, because that's food on people's tables, right? So let's see what else is going on. Area 15 is having their holidays over at Wink World. So Wink World is in Area 15, and Area 15 is going to do Christmas stuff. But Wink World specifically has set up a Christmas themed experience over there at their location there inside Area 15. So check that out, and even just check out Area 15. It's such a cool little thing. There's an arcade, like an arcade where you could play like Galaga. There, Miss Pac-Man. It's 2 stories. They've got a couple bars and music. It is 21 and over, so you don't have a bunch of kids running around. Of course, there's Omega Mart. That's really the anchor there. So definitely worth checking it out, especially if you haven't been and are a first timer. You will not be disappointed. So it's free. It's free to go inside Area 15. All of the different experiences, of course, have their own fees to enter them, just like it's free to go into a mall, but you pay to shop at various locations there. So let's see. So we did stay at Caesar's Palace on Monday night. We went down to the hockey game there for Vegas Golden Knights at T-Mobile. So we figured, why not just do a quick staycation? Because for us, it's just like a 20-minute drive from here to Caesar's Palace, actually. So we did a quick staycation, and we drove around the strip a little bit just to see what's going on with F1. So there are F1 structures still up. So the most notable one, and I think the most talked about, is in front of the Bellagio fountains. So that's kind of like, I would say, a quarter of the way taken down. The sidewalk is still completely blocked off in front of Bellagio from end to end. The fountain show is still blocked. You cannot see it from street level, but they are working on taking it down. They said that it would be about 6 weeks, and I think it's been about 3 weeks already, about 3 weeks, and they're not even halfway done. So I don't foresee that being completely done before Christmas, unless they just get like twice as many or 3 times as many workers there working on it. I don't see that all being back to how it was before Christmas. Maybe New Year's. I say maybe New Year's, because they are going to still put the trees back in potted trees that they have that are already out there on the sidewalk, that they're going to be putting in the ground. So that's going to be a massive undertaking by itself. So the bridge, there's a bridge going over Koval on Flamingo. It's Flamingo and Koval right there by Ellis Island. So you have a point of reference. There's a vehicle bridge that they put there for Formula One. And it looks like they're going to leave that there, which it's so ugly and actually causes more traffic in that area, because that bridge coming over is only 2 lanes. So you go from 4 lane on Flamingo to 2 lanes in each direction. So it does cause a little bottleneck there with folks just trying to get used to the new traffic pattern, where if you're in the left lane, you have to turn left. If you're in the right lane, it's Koval business. You have to turn there also. So it goes from 4 lanes down to 2 lanes there. So it does cause some traffic. But the good news is it's not as much traffic as there was prior to and immediately following F1. So traffic has been alleviated somewhat. The congestion has been alleviated somewhat, but you still have longer than usual wait times at the airport. If you're trying to get a ride share, taxis, it is still taking you longer to get around town, because like I said, they're not 100% with all of the F1 stuff being taken down. Venetian, I think, is the furthest along, where all of the structures at Venetian, all of the structures there at Venetian, you guys remember, I don't know if you saw in your local news, but we certainly talked about it. They drained the water out from in front of Venetian, where they did gondola stuff out there, and they put big F1 grandstands. That's all gone, and the water is back in there. So that should be back to normal any day now, really. So the Venetian, definitely leading the way in terms of post F1 getting back to normal. We will have an F1 video. So everything that we're talking about right now, you're going to be able to see. We're going to post that up on Friday. We're just finalizing a little bit of editing. So we're going to give you a near real-time update on what the strip looks like right now post F1. And it's all good news, guys. It's all good news. There's a lot of channels out there that really just beat F1 up. I think you'll agree that we did our best to just be non-biased and just talk about the reality of F1, what it was, what to expect. And so we'll give you guys an update on Friday on what it looks like now and the progress that they're making. So look for that. That's going to be our Friday video. Should be up around 10 to 10:30 Vegas time. All right, so let's talk about some new concert announcements. Fish is going to be coming to the Sphere in 2024. And I'm talking about it now because tickets are on sale right now. Any news on events? So we're still getting information there, Dion, on events for Super Bowl weekend, and that's going to be like an entire Super Bowl week. It's going to be huge. There's some stuff there's some rumors going around, but I want to make sure that we know for sure before we start talking about Super Bowl. By next week's live, we should have more information on what to expect, and we'll have a Super Bowl part of our live update every week beginning next week, Wednesday through Super Bowl. Oh, no worries. Absolutely. That's what we're here for. So, like I said, I don't want to speculate and further spread rumors until we know for sure what's going on. But it's going to be fun, and it's going to be throughout the entire valley. So pretty excited to see that there. Let's see. So Fish is coming in 2024. Now, I'm saying it now because there's only 4 dates in 2024 that they're going to be here at the Sphere. So expect that to sell out. Tickets are on sale right now. So if you're a Fish fan looking for an excuse to come to Vegas for something, you can see them at the Sphere and really just make a weekend or a week out of that trip here. Carrot Top, who I did not know this about Carrot Top. I was surprised when I read this. Maybe you will be. Maybe you guys knew already. But Carrot Top has just actually extended his agreement with the Luxor for an additional 7 years. And I did not know this. So with this 7 years extension, this is going to make Carrot Top the longest running comedy show in Vegas. Which congratulations to Carrot Top. I've yet to go to a Carrot Top experience. I don't know if it's a show, if it's an experience, but it's definitely on my list of shows to check out here in Vegas. So congratulations to Carrot Top, just extended for 7 years, which is pretty awesome. All right, so here's another little bit of F1 news. MGM's CFO made a statement that F1 hit every single one of their expectations, or met every single expectation that they had in terms of revenue, occupancy, food and beverage, gaming. It met every single expectation that they had for F1, which is great because once you get into October, really just past Halloween, which is the biggest thing in October, right? Once you get past that, it really slows down dramatically. He's awesome. He's been there 100 years, right? Probably. Yeah, he probably has. Yeah, that is awesome. Good for him. So MGM said met every single one of their expectations. And speaking of that, October casinos, the numbers are in for the month of October, and gaming in Nevada, which we know is majority Las Vegas, was up 2.69%, which is huge. And was Formula One part of that? Probably not, because we're talking about October numbers. So if MGM is talking about F1, which of course we all know was in November, I'm curious to see when the November numbers come out, what the financial impact was across the valley here for revenue for the state. Let's see. So I wanted to talk about a quick something that is indirectly related to Vegas. It is news, and it will impact Vegas. Alaska Airlines has acquired Hawaiian Airlines. So active shooter. Wow, is that breaking news? I'm gonna have to look that up. Chris, can you do a quick check on active shooter at UNLV right now? See if you see anything. We're gonna do a quick check on that. See what's going on there. So let's see. Alaska Airlines just acquired Hawaiian Airlines. What does that mean? That means that rates are going to go down for inbound flights from those markets, most notably Hawaii, which is the hub for Hawaiian Airlines. And actually, Alaska Airlines has a massive presence in Hawaii as well. So you can expect for rates to go down with Hawaiian Airlines and Alaska coming to Vegas. And actually, Hawaiian Airlines just announced, I want to say yesterday, $100 one-way flights from Southern California to Hawaii. And that was announced right after the merger. So let's talk about this. So what's going on right now? This is a live update, guys. This is a live update. You can see it right here. Multiple victims reported an active shooter at UNLV. This is happening right now. Right now, guys. Oh, no. This is breaking news. Yeah, that's multiple victims reported. Really, it's ongoing. That's all that we have right now. Shots fired at the student union at UNLV. There appears to be multiple victims, according to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. People on UNLV campus were urged to shelter in place. And let's see, the student union is located one building over from Beam Hall. So that's all that we got right now, guys. As this continues to update, we will bring you guys more updates as we get them. So hopefully that ends soon and no lives are lost with that one there, but possible multiple victims. No, sweet tea. No, thank you for sharing. And as that continues to update, we'll just break into whatever I'm talking about and provide an update for you guys.
Bean Hall is where that's the business.
Yeah, so it's Bean Hall. It's the business building there at UNLV. So let's see. All right, so okay, so we were talking about Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian area. I noticed also more. I live in the area. I noticed a lot more graffiti 2 days ago. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, as those updates, thanks for sharing there, Johnny. As those updates come in, we'll provide updates right here, guys. So let's see. So Pink has announced she's coming back to Vegas in September 2024 at Allegiant Stadium, which that's going to sell out. That is 100% going to sell out. And the reason that I'm saying it now, even though it's September 2024, is that tickets are on sale now, and you know that's gonna sell out. What's up?
This weekend.
Oh, this weekend. Sorry, this weekend's tickets go on sale. So this is also going to impact tourism here. So you guys, I've mentioned it a couple times, but it never really happened. But this time, it looks like this is definitely going to happen. And this is the high-speed rail from Southern California to Vegas. It's going to happen, guys. And, it's been talked about for so many years, but $3 billion in funding was just secured for this rail between Southern California and Vegas. So the dollars have been acquired for this project to move forward. And that was just announced a couple days ago here that the $3 billion in funding for this project have been secured. So there will be a high-speed rail from Southern California to Vegas. Exactly where in Vegas it's expected to stop, we don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's supposed to take about 5 million cars off of the road between Vegas and Southern California. I've never done that drive on a long weekend, but whenever there is something going on here in Vegas, we always see every single time Sunday night into Monday morning, just miles and miles of traffic leaving Vegas and heading into Southern California. So this will alleviate some of that. So that's pretty exciting. The brand new Durango Resort, which is a Stations Casino property. It's actually Stations Casino's 7th property here in Vegas. That just opened up on Tuesday, and it looks awesome. I like Station Casinos. I didn't see that they have an oyster bar in there, but maybe they will put one in there. Maybe there's one in there that's just kind of like a secret oyster bar. But I love Stations properties. I love when we lived up by Red Rock. We'd go to Red Rock Casino all the time for food and fun, and just really like their property. So let's see. So let's talk about events this weekend. And this is not everything going on in town. And I always have a little disclaimer with this. All of your regular shows are happening. Your Cirque shows are happening. Absinthe is happening this weekend. Opium at Cosmopolitan is happening this weekend. All of that stuff is standard. So what I like to share here in terms of events going on this weekend is events that are not typical of every other day or weekend here in Vegas. So let's see. So the big thing, of course, is the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. You've got events going on at the Plaza. You've got stuff happening at Golden Nugget. You've got stuff going on at Orleans. You've got stuff happening at South Point Casino. The big thing is the Cowboy Channel Cowboy Christmas that's happening at the Convention Center, and that's like the 7th through the 16th. So that's just a massive event that happens every year at the Convention Center. So expect to see cowboys. I remember heading downtown, I think it was maybe last year, heading downtown during this time, and we were in a lift, and there was a guy, a cowboy, on a horse in the crosswalk, drinking a beer as he was riding his horse downtown Fremont, right down there by the Plaza, just cruising on his horse, drinking a beer through the crosswalk, down the sidewalk to downtown Fremont Street. And that's because there's a lot of housing. I don't know the language for these facilities, but wherever they keep the horses down there at the Plaza, there's stables, I'm sure, but these are like portable stables, I guess. And apparently they just move the horses between different areas there, and that's what the guy was doing. He was just moving his horse down there before his event later on that day. So you've got, like I said, you've got stuff going on at Orleans, at the Plaza, South Point, Golden Nugget, and all of this stuff is family friendly, guys, which is great for locals. You'll see families out there, local families out there, just enjoying this time of year down there. So look forward to that. So you also have, and this, I'm not really sure why they're doing this. What the teams have to gain. But then again, I'm not a big NBA fan. I know that it exists, obviously, and some of the big names and superstars in the NBA because they're everywhere. But there's an in-season tournament that's happening the 7th and 9th here in Vegas, where you've got like the Lakers are going to be in town, Milwaukee's going to be in town, the Pelicans are going to be in town. There's another team that I forget, but I really don't understand like what is the point of an in-season tournament if this is actually going to count towards the regular season standings. What is it? I mean, I don't know what it does. So if you guys know, please comment below. But that's going on in Vegas right now. So the NBA is here for an in-season tournament, and that looks to be a sellout for the games there. So expected to be extra busy. So now we've got NFR happening. We've got the NBA in town. You've got Zed, which is a massively well-known DJ that's going to be over at Zouk this weekend. You've got the Chainsmokers at XS Nightclub this weekend. And you've got NFR, sorry, I forgot the Thomas and Mack Center. You've got NFR barrel racing going on over there also. Carrie Underwood is in town. She's going to be at Resorts World Las Vegas on the 8th. Chris Isaac is doing his Christmas special I think it's called It's Almost Christmas or something along those lines, but it's Chris Isaak, and he's doing his Christmas thing here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go ahead and skip ads so that we don't have an interruption. So Chris Isaak is going to be at the Palms doing his Christmas show. So at South Point, there's also another gift show. It's the Cinch Western Gift Show. And of course, this is all tied to NFR. I wanted to call that one out because that is separate from Cowboy Christmas, which is put on by the Cowboy Channel over at the Convention Center. That's from the 7th to the 16th. But if you're over on the other side of town near South Point and you want to check out some gifts for the cowboy or cowgirl in your family, at South Point, they're going to have a gift show there as well. Let's see. Enchant Las Vegas is happening at the Las Vegas Ballpark. We did a video on that, so check it out. It's here on our channel, probably in our Christmas playlist. We made a Christmas playlist with all Christmas-related videos that we've done in one place to make it easier for you guys looking for that type of content. So the Enchant Las Vegas is happening at the Las Vegas Ballpark. It's a little spendy, but it's totally worth every penny. Do not let the price deter you from going. It is worth every single penny. It's such an amazing event and experience there at the ballpark. And you've got Red Rock Casino right there. You can do a little gambling, some dining. Downtown Summerlin is right there. This is all walking distance, guys. Downtown Summerlin is right there. There's different restaurants and shopping and stuff going on there. So you can actually spend the entire day there around visiting Enchant at the Las Vegas Ballpark. Of course, we're going to have Garth Brooks in town this weekend over at Caesars Palace with all of the cowboy stuff happening. Of course, Garth Brooks is here over at Caesars Palace. If you're looking for a good, cleaner laugh, Jim Gaffigan, who's my favorite, I guess what would be considered a clean comic. Jim Gaffigan, who is absolutely hilarious. I think we've watched 4 of his specials, at least 4 of his specials. He's going to be over at the CWIN this weekend, so check that out. Nick Swardson, who's not a clean comic. You would see Nick Swardson in a lot of Adam Sandler movies. He seems to be just a regular with Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider, David Spade, part of that group right there. He's going to be over at the Venetian this weekend. U2 is going to be at the Sphere this weekend. You've got America's Got Talent All-Stars. That's going to be at Luxor. You've got Carrot Top, of course, is going to be here. Like I mentioned earlier, celebrating being the longest running comedy show in Vegas. So there's a lot going on, guys. And that's not talking about, like I mentioned earlier, all of the Cirque shows, all of your regular mid-range shows that are here in Vegas all the time, all of the places that have live music consistently, all of the bars and restaurants that are going to be having like NFL Sunday Ticket as we get closer to playoffs. That's ramping up. So expected to be very busy in Vegas right now. So with that, maybe you can be a winner like some of these guys that we're going to talk about. I'd like to close this out by talking about some winners because I just love hearing about people winning here in Vegas. And the winners that we talk about are not like your mega gamblers, not like a Vegas Matt winning $30,000 when he wins $30,000 seems like every couple days here in Vegas. So these are just people just coming into Vegas that just happen to get lucky and take home a lot of money. So wanted to share a few of them with you guys. So let's start with a visitor from Texas that was staying over at Paris, Las Vegas, right there on the Strip, was playing a slot machine, $5 denomination on a slot machine, and wound up winning $1.4 million. Now, they didn't say which game, which slot machine he was playing, if it's the Little Piggies or Dragon Links or Baccarat Video Poker. They never said what he was playing. Janet finally would say, flooding here in Portland. Can't wait to move to Vegas. Adore your show. Thank you so much, Janet. We appreciate your support. And good luck. Yeah, I mean, Vegas is booming right now. If you're looking to move here, There's so much going on. And with all of the new projects going on, that creates jobs, right? So Vegas is definitely a boom town right now, and there's no sign of it slowing down at all. So let's see. So somebody was here from Minnesota. I had to say this one because it's my favorite card game. If you guys have heard me talk about gambling at all or table games, you know that I gravitate to the Pai Gow table because there's absolutely no effort or thought that goes into it. You just play the hand that you're dealt. The dealer gives you 7 cards. You pick them up. Try to hope that it's a better hand than they have. That's pretty much it. Super easy, but it gives me a break from the slot machines. And Pai Gow is a little bit of a slower game. So even if I am losing at Pai Gow, I'm losing for a longer period of time, slower than losing on slot machines where your money's just gone, right? So somebody was playing Pai Gow over at the Orleans and won, and the person was from Minnesota, won $300,000 playing Pai Gow at the Orleans. So that is awesome. I love to see that. How's the weather during January, the month of January? Gary, that one it's cold, but February is colder. But it will be cold in January. You're not going to have freezing temperatures, but it is going to be cold. It is going to be crisp, but not February cold. It is colder in February. So it is going to be cold, and you're probably expecting like 40s, 50s during the day. But you know, it can get below freezing depending on where you are in the valley. So I have to correct myself. I said you don't have freezing temperatures. If you're like Mount Charleston, obviously they get snow. They get below freezing frequently. Typically in the middle of the valley, so Las Vegas Strip and around the Strip, you don't typically see freezing temperatures because you're not as close to the mountains. So if you're just going to be on the Strip hanging out, you should be fine. The casinos always keep it super hot too. So if you're indoors, you're not going to feel the cold weather. So then another Pai Gow winner over at South Point, and she won. It was a woman. They didn't say her name. Lucky winner. Did not say where she was from, but she won $30,000 on a straight flush playing Pai Gow over there at South Point. So that was great to see that going on there, and love to see winners. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. Do we have an update on UNLV, Chris? And check for a quick update here for UNLV for the shooting or active shooter situation that was just going on over there a few minutes ago. Let's see if we have any update.
The suspect is dead.
So the suspect has been unalived. Unalived. Well, YouTube, I mean, depending on some of the language, you can get.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to be.
He's no more.
Yeah. So the UNLV active shooter situation, the shooter has been is deceased, has been unalived down there at UNLV. So that's great news. So with that said, if you guys are going to be traveling into Vegas, a ground stop has been initiated at Harry Reid Airport due to the close proximity of the shooting site. So you know the airport, that corridor is right there by UNLV. So they grounded all planes at the airport. So you know that's going to make a massive mess over here at the airport for people coming in and people leaving. So it doesn't say anything about fatalities other than the shooter. So all I say is that there appear to be multiple victims, and that's directly from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. Ground stop was initiated at the Harry Reid Airport because of the proximity, which makes sense. That did include helicopters as well. So that's the latest news that we have here, guys, for that one. The suspect is no longer with us. You guys can see that there. So that's it. Oh, So Arnold, while you're talking about winning, wanted to really share with you guys quickly, if you guys are rewards members, there is a 5 times tier credit multiplier event that's coming up from December 11th to the 14th. That's Caesar's Rewards. Sorry, let me clarify. So Caesar's Rewards is having a 5 times tier credit multiplier event. They call it an event, but really it begins on December 11th and goes through the 14th of December. And that's 5 times tier credit multiplier. As we get towards the end of the year, of course, they want to help you get to as high a status. Really, they're encouraging you to gamble more as you get to the closer to the end of the year, so that you can get more tier benefits. So that's going to be huge. I'm going to be down there. So if you guys see us around town, we're going to be down there December 11th to the 14th, doing some gambling for our tier status. So if you guys see us, please say hello. We love to meet you guys and learn more about you guys. Be there on the 18th. Oh yeah, there's another one on the 18th there, and then I think there's one like Christmas Eve. I want to say there's one on the 24th also, and then right in the beginning of the year, early January, like January 4th, there's another 5 times tier credit multiplier for Caesar's Rewards. So if you're a Caesar's person and you're looking for an excuse to come to Vegas, there you have it, tier credit multiplier, so you can try to get that next tier status. Find a cool pooch pouch for the doggo. Thanks to Carlos. Oh yeah, they're great. They're great. The one we have already hit Diamond Plus, just interested in April. Awesome. Well, they have one. The first event multiplier that I saw, Lisa, is going to be January. I want to say January 4th. There's a 5 times tier credit multiplier, so you can start the year early earning for 2025 status. So awesome. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys' support, and we'll see you guys next time.